channel. This week we have a character breakdown for the wonderful show Supernatural. Supernatural is such a gateway fandom to so much more, not to mention one of the largest fandom families you are ever going to find. It is just, the actors are just so amazing, the fans are so amazing. It's amazing. I have no other word. I have no other word for it, and I won't repeat it again because it sounds repetitive at this point, and I hate that. So as awesome as the fandom is, I had to go and add my own character into it. So let's meet Kat Winchester. First off, though, if I had to explain Supernatural to anyone, I might actually cry myself to sleep tonight. I've been avoiding that with all the crap I'm going through recently. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. And as I'm not a fan of that idea, if you don't know what Supernatural is, exit via the way you came in. For those who do know, welcome, my friends. Kat was created in a bit of a naive way. I wanted some female blood mixed in with the Winchesters' insanity. Figured if there was a woman around, things wouldn't go as shit so quickly and all the time. And yes, I thought this after watching the show. I don't know what's wrong with me either. But I still wanted to play with adding a female who was going to be with the boys all the time, or most of the time, and see how it could change the dynamic of things. To start, when I created Kat, I knew right away what I was going to name her. From the start, she was going to be Kathryn. Why? Because that's my best friend's name, and I've always wanted to name a character after her. Originally, Kat was going to be Bobby Singer's daughter. I wanted her to have a connection with Bobby while still being able to travel with Sam and Dean. But in the end, I made her more like Adam, you know, the third Winchester brother we don't talk about anymore. She is from a one-night stand after Mary dies, and John did not take well to having a daughter. Maybe if she had been Mary's, he would have reacted differently, but no. He wants nothing to do with Kat, even after her mother gives her up, not wanting children at that point in her life. Because of this, John gives Kat to Bobby and tells him to deal with it. Sadly for John, he didn't tell Bobby how, so the grumpy hunter takes Kat in as his own. She's always known who her father was, always known who her brothers were, but she's raised under Bobby's roof, referring to him as Uncle Bobby from a very young age. I knew she was going to be a hunter. It's just, I knew she was going to be a hunter. No matter who raised her, no matter whose child she was, it was just how things were going to go. No way she's growing up around Bobby or Sam and Dean and not end up a hunter. Bobby didn't start her training until she was around 6, but that was because he wanted her to have as much of a childhood as he could. He still, we see in the show that he would, you know, treat Sam and Dean as children when they stayed with him, you know, take them to play ball, you know, help them learn how to repair cars. He did the same things with Kat while teaching her how to defend herself. He wanted her to have as semi-normal an upbringing as he could, even if hunting was, in the end, going to be what she did. I also knew her relationship with her brothers was not going to be the same. She was always going to be closer to one than the other, even if she loved them both the same. For her, Dean is the one she relies on, the one who she can lean on for support, the one who will understand and listen before freaking out. Sam, on the other hand, is so overprotective of Kat that he jumps to conclusions, he thinks he knows best, kind of like Dean does with Sam. It makes for a strained relationship between the two of them. Not bad, but it's still there. But he is still her brother, and they are still family no matter what, you know. The easiest part of writing Kat is her relationship with Bobby. You all know I have a non-existent relationship with my own father, but with my grandfather, my mom's dad, he was my father figure growing up. He's the best, the sweetest, the funniest I have ever known, and he was everything to me when I grew up. When we would do Father's Day projects in elementary school, and, you know, everyone would be like, oh, I'm making this for my dad, oh, I'm making this for my dad, I would be making things for my bumpa. And I loved that. So I made Bobby that type of person for Kat. He's her support and her father figure, teaches her right from wrong, and in turn she makes his life a little bit more complete. The ease in which they exist is something I just always loved that I have with my grandfather. You never feel like he's expecting anything other than what you're able to give. And that's how Bobby is with Kat. He never wants her to do more than she's capable of. He's never going to push her to do more than she can. On the flip side of that, another relationship is the hardest part of writing Kat, and that is her relationship with Crowley. You did not hear me wrong. If you saw my post about pairings I didn't intend, Kat and Crowley were one of them. I mean, when your name is Winchester, your taste in relationships is going to be questionable more often than not. Kat is no different, but the king of hell? I didn't see that happening until it did, and even with how Crowley's story ends, I wouldn't change what he and Kat have for anything. It's just so, for lack of a better way to put it, it's just so pure and honest. But what makes it hard is knowing that it is going to end. No matter how happy they are together, it will end, and it is going to break Kat. Knowing I'm heading towards that with one of my characters is one of the hardest things I've ever done. I always try to have something in their lives that's always going to be a constant, that's always going to be, you know, there for them to fall back on. But Kat loses Bobby. She loses Sam and Dean regularly. Ellen and Joe gone. You know, all those people that, you know, were her support system, they leave eventually. And for a while, it seemed like Crowley was going to be that constant. And then the end of season 12 came. And that constant is gone now. And I know I have to write that for her. I know she has to go through that, but it is going to break her. And it is not going to be easy to write. Best memory for Kat is when Dean comes back from the dead at the beginning of season 4. When Dean died, she was a mess. Sam went off the rails, as we all know, leaving her behind to mourn alone, and Bobby couldn't help because he was just as confused and upset as she was. So when Dean comes back, it's like Kat has her purpose again, a reason to return to life as it was before, even if things were so very different. But she had her big brother back. She had her support, her rock. She had him back. Remember, like I said, Dean is the one that she relies on and she leans on and who's the understanding one. So she's got him back and suddenly things make sense again. Worst part of writing Kat is when we lose Bobby for the very last time, when he's a ghost and they have to destroy his last possession to keep him from going completely vengeful. Like I said, Bobby raised her. He's the reason she knows who her family is, who her brothers are, and losing him for Kat is like losing John for Sam and Dean. And it takes her a very long time to bounce back from that. The whole, everything revolving around Bobby dying and then Dean going to purgatory and Cass going to purgatory and all that crap. And then Sam going off and doing his thing, and it's just so much for her to handle that it takes her a while. I like emotionally traumatizing my characters, in case you missed it, and Kat is no exception. Creating Kat was a matter of adding my own female touch to the show, one that wouldn't die as often, and would be able to rein the boys in. Or at least try to. Again, yes, I thought this after I watched the show. My mistake. I try to be optimistic when it comes to writing my characters. Now Kat has progressed so far and made her place within the universe, something I always strive for with all of my characters. I just have to figure out how to navigate her through all the events the show deals with and how to help her live through losing Crowley. And that's probably going to be the hardest part of anything I've written for a character, because, let me think. I don't think this has happened yet for a character of mine where they've lost the one thing that's... No, not permanently anyway. Yeah, no. Okay, yep. I'm a horrible human being, and I admit it. That is our character breakdown for Kat Winchester. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Let me know down in the comments below if you are a member of the Supernatural fandom, and if you are, hi. I'd say I'm sorry for creeping you out with that, but if you're part of the Supernatural fandom, you're beyond used to people being creepy. As always, all of my social media handles will be down in the description below, along with my blog if you want to read the post that goes along with this video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you did enjoy the video. It means so much to me to know you guys enjoy this stuff. Also, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get notifications every time I upload. Don't forget to turn the options for your notifications to all so you actually get all your notifications. Yeah. And I will see you guys next week with another character breakdown. We're delving into another book world next week. I know, it's been a while. P.S. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I've been through a lot of crap recently. So just fair warning, not next week, but the week... Yeah, not next week, but the week after. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put a video up, which will probably be for the first time this year, which will freak me out. But because on the 15th, I am having gallbladder removal surgery. So... they claim it's an easy surgery, that I'll bounce back no problem, but I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood or the mental state to actually film the day after I have surgery, so I don't know if that video is going to go up. I hope it will. I really hope it will, because I'm hoping by at least Thursday, which is my normal editing day, I'll feel better and I can film and excuse me, and I can film and edit all in the same day. I hope, fingers crossed. I will remind you guys again next week about that, if I have any further updates, you know, like, by the way, it's not going to happen. I will let you guys know, obviously, ahead of time. If you follow me on social media, you'll find out through there, because I'm actually going to post about it today, and we'll be updating regularly to let people know what's going on. But yeah, so... that's that, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.